All right, y'all. Good morning. Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. It's your boy, Mickey Mark. No, I'm just kidding. It's your boy, Mark. Um, I'm here. I'll be honest with you. I did watch some feeds. Okay, I watched some feeds from about 6 o'clock Eastern to maybe 7:30 Eastern, something like that. And then I caught some feeds early in the morning, like let's say my usual kind of time, 3 o'clock to four or something. But and I did hear some things in the feeds, but I'm not so super caught up with the alliances and stuff. But frankly, I mean, I'm just of the school of thought that the alliances, for the most part, I mean, maybe some final twos or threes kind of stick from these early days, but these 7, 8 person alliances, 6 person alliances, that's just posturing. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it's just padding, like there'll be two people that get together, or three, and say, oh, I really like you, I really trust you, I want an alliance with you, but we need more numbers and we need people to win comps and we need to stick with this together until a certain time. Oh, look, I was looking at this for the longest because it had my name and my spelling on it. Mark and Jack. It's like an oil truck, and it had Mark with a C, which you don't see very often. Okay, I'm Marshall. Mad Dog. Hi, you said hi one too many times, or five too many, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to say. Here's what I'm trying to get to. No, I don't know every alliance. I mean, I have seen them talk about some of the alliances, but I don't think that they're that important or relevant at this current stage. Tricity, you made it. What I'm seeing happening is okay, so Mickey and Morgan seem to be Team Rachel. And what I mean by Team Rachel, nobody's Team Rachel. Because I don't think anybody, as of now, is really on her team. I think that there's just two trains of thoughts on Rachel. Number one, get her out as soon as possible because she's dangerous and she's won before. So let's backdoor her as soon as we can. And then the other train of thought on Rachel is because she's been here before and because she has won before, nobody is really going to be on her side at the end of the game. So there's people like Morgan and Mickey who I think are comfortable keeping her in the game until jury, knowing that she's not a comp beast, and also knowing that, people will most likely have the numbers to vote her out actually at any time they want to vote her out. So it's kind of hard for me if I think about where my train of thought would be. I already said hi to you, so at this point I'm considering this a troll. But we're just gonna time out. If you come back and prove to me that it's not a troll, you can stay. If you ask that same question again, you're just getting blocked altogether. Okay. So, as I was saying, if I was in the house, I don't know. I always say that if I was in the house and a returning legend, especially a returning legend with a win under their belt, popped into the game, I feel like I would think we collectively should be like Let's just get this person out of the game. However, the intricacies and the nuances of Big Brother is you don't want to be the one to just go out on a limb to say that if not everybody else is willing to say that, because then they'll use that potentially against you. They might go to Rachel and be like, hey Rachel, I want to work with you, I'm good with you, but such and such person like Adrian is not good with you because he said that we need to get you out of the house as soon as possible, blah blah blah, and goes from there. So that's, it's like you're between a rock and a hard place in a sense, because it's like a poker game as well. You could think the same thing as the other person, but you're also in a sense trying to make the least waves and strike at the best time. This particular group though, I think I said this before, maybe this is just modern day Big Brother, but they're so chatty. Nobody holds their cards. So any information that someone says to somebody else is going around the world. And it was happening on 26 to an extent. And it was really happening on 25. 24, I just don't remember as much, because I felt like, I don't know, I just feel like they had less gameplay going on during that season. But 25 and 26, 25 in particular, how's it daytime? Yeah, it's 7:38 for me. So I had a couple of quick errands. I'm gonna stop at home very quickly. I'm going to get myself ready for work, and then from there I'm gonna head to work. I have a lot of things on my agenda today. The one thing that I love the most about my new job, at least on the 2 days a week that they allow me to do the new job right now, as I'm transitioning fully into the job, my schedule is filled with things of my own choosing. I don't know if anyone has had the luxury of having a job where you're given a generic-ish job description and your boss is pretty much like, you're the one who decides how you accomplish your job description. Just put everything in your calendar so that I can see what you're doing. So within my calendar today at 9 o'clock or 9:30, I think, I have a scheduled meeting with a radio show, with a person who runs a radio show, because I have been on the radio before. So I've been thinking, as I've been figuring out and navigating my job, places that I've been before and things that I've done before, and I'm like, I went to the radio show to advertise myself as a peer counselor probably 8 years ago at this point. But I was like, now, where I'm working now and what I'm doing now, I'm in a bigger position to help people. And one of my goals is to grow the program, which I have been doing already. After that, I have a meeting that I set up with a National Alliance for Mental Illness, and we are also partnered with that same organization. So I reached out to try to see if we could accomplish something with that coffee company, and possibly even get some discounted coffee so we can stop getting this Costco trash. I'm not even that big of a coffee drinker, but coffee Costco coffee is okay, but it's just the most economical route that we're going here. Okay. I think people are almost too big of fans. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's a funny thing that I think about sometimes. I'm always like, we need less recruits and more super fans, but we've gotten super fans over the years. Not a lot of them, but we've had some super fans, and you're right, the super fans get excited. Now, you plug in a super fan, and then you put in a superstar for the show. And then instead of having this idea of like, let me do the best statistical moves that give me the highest chances of winning, they're like, let me do the thing that would make the biggest name for myself, like Izzy. The smartest thing for Izzy to do, unless they told her otherwise, which I am not putting past them, but like I said, unless they specifically told her, you're not allowed to tell anyone Cerie's secret, which I don't think they would tell her. Well, actually, I can't even say I don't think they would tell her that. They might. They might have told her that. But I wouldn't honor that unless you were paying me a don't tell Cerie bag. I mean, don't tell anyone about Cerie bag. But she was just so hyped that she was just like, forget the money. I just want this lady to be my friend. I almost feel like in a weird way, this is Jimmy right now, because I say in a weird way, because I know that Jimmy was the first one who was like, oh, I don't know why everybody's smiling and laughing and stuff. It's Rachel Riley. Do you guys not know who she is? Like, we should be trying to get her out of the game ASAP. And now all of a sudden, he's like festy besties with her. That's my bestie all of a sudden, you know? So, yeah, you know, they get in the game, and then maybe oh, I've watched so many years, and I studied the game. I know Dr. Will, and I watched this person. I watched Chelsea last year, whoever they are, a big fan of Dan Giesling, and it's like, no, you can't just get on there and be Dan Giesling. You gotta like you gotta have your own strategy in this game. It's not one size fits all with ways that you can win. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If I didn't say so already, thank you, Marshall. Get some marketing. Oh, I have so many connections at this point. The amazing thing about where I'm at right now, not where I'm at job wise, but just where I'm at in life, is that I've had all these different experiences. To me, I talk about them casually. I was on whatever station I was, 94.7, I think, in New York. You could literally turn your dial on your car radio or your radio. People don't really have radios anymore, but at the very least, my car still has FM and AM, and I could turn my radio to AM or FM, whatever it was. I think it might have been AM, an AM station. But, you know, I went on the radio. Somebody asked me to be on there. I didn't even request it or anything. Just somebody from an organization that I had worked for was like, I work for a radio show and I think your story is really inspiring, blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I was a deer in headlights doing something like that, because I was like, radio, what am I going to say? I was nervous as all hell. And and the people who watched it for me or listened to it for me told me it was really good, I know that in 2025, I would give a much better interview than I did in 2017. I would think of more interesting things to say, better ways to say it, and I just have more experience to give. Like, those are the kind of things that age better with time. Because I used to think that, oh, well, at this time I was like 28, 29. And that's the time when people are more interested in what you have to say. No, there's different demographics there's different audiences for different time periods in your life. And maybe what I'm saying might not resonate with a 20-year-old. Maybe it would. Maybe what I have to say now would resonate more in the 40 plus club. Maybe the 30 to 40 club. I don't know. But somebody's going to want to hear what I have to say, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then I have a different position in my job that I've never had before. So being able to get on the radio, advertise my job on the radio, how many people can say that for their average 9 to 5 job that they've ever done that? I'd probably be hard to find more than one. I'm not saying nobody has done it, but nobody I know has done it. That's going to be on my... I don't even know what to call it. It's not a bucket list item because it wasn't a plan. It's just something that popped into my head. I also got us free tickets for a Mets game, which is happening soon. That's neither here nor there. Needless to say, that all of that is to just say that I am thoroughly enjoying what I'm doing, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. And I hope that an abundance of money comes with that at some point. That's what I'm working towards. Hey, Vicky, good morning. Coffee smells so bad. Smells so good, but tastes so bad. I never liked the smell of coffee. I didn't drink a cup of coffee until I was... I had to be an adult already, I feel like. I think I first drank coffee when I was like 22 years old. My family, my immediate family did not drink coffee in our house. We didn't have a coffee machine. None of that. The first time I ever drank coffee was my first office job. First office job, I was 22 years old. So I wasn't even like, oh, I really need this coffee. It was just more like all my coworkers were just like, oh, we're all taking a break and going to Dunkin'. You want to come with? And I'm like, okay. And then I got peer pressured into getting the coffee. And it was all right once I put the cream and sugar in it. But here's my thing. I happen to drink coffee more when I'm in an office. I don't drink it every day in the office, but sometimes I'm just like, I got nothing to do. Maybe I'm a little tired. Let me just grab some coffee and be about my business, you know. But I don't know. I never liked the smell. I remember I had a piano teacher that drank coffee every day, 3 times a day. And whenever I'd come in his office, it would smell like it. And I would be like, oh, this smell is making me nauseous. But I got used to it. Sorry for the coffee rant, but it's Monday morning, y'all. Like, it's Monday morning. I mean, it's Wednesday morning. I'm sorry. It feels like Monday. It's Wednesday morning, and my mind is not fully on Big Brother. But we have an episode tonight, and you might not be able to count on me for 7 days a week anymore. But I've done a healthy probably 5 days a week, which I think is actually great considering I don't even have the schedule for a healthy 5. Meeting. Oh, yeah, I don't even have the schedule for a healthy 5. My schedule is like too busy for it. Okay. I can't do any. I think it all tastes gross. My sister-in-law had me try a lot. You learn, and your questions well, your answers get deeper. Your answers also get deeper. That's what I would say, because you know, like I said, more life experience. Hey, morning.
What's up, brother?
Not much. How are you?
Okay.
Steve Job says that's awesome. Things are going well. No, I hate the smell of coffee. Salute, Beanie Chris TV. This season I'm relying on all the other watchers. I'm sorry I can't be one of those watchers that keeps you informed. But I feel like early on, it's really, I'm not going to call it chaotic because like a 25 was way more chaotic than this current season. But what I am going to say is that it's just a lot of, it's a lot of movement. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. That it's not that chaotic, but it's just a lot of movement. I don't know. Might make sense to somebody. Might not. To each their own. To each their own. I'm just getting my clothes together really quick and then hop off here. Hop off here, quick shower, roll on out. Life. That's how life goes. Alright. I'm glad I've kept you up to date. I feel like I've only really been getting to the major stuff, not the alliances, but I'm glad that that much has done something for you. And I haven't even been. I watched like one episode with Taryn. It was a good episode, but I just can't. I don't have 2 hours. Second. I just don't have 2 hours to spend just watching the play-by-play breakdown of every conversation. It's just too much. Yeah, I'm good when it gets close to jury. That's when I'm really good for keeping track of the alliances and who's flipping and all that stuff. But when it's 16, it's just too much to keep track of. Oh yeah, well, the thing with the things I post, right? I'll have like 2 or 3 blocks of time during the day where I sit down and put the feeds on. So most of the stuff I'm posting is not coming from another channel. It's literally just whatever I catch on the feeds for that span of time that I'm watching. So take a little picture. It's something I started doing on my challenge Facebook group. And people were like, I started doing it randomly. I'm like, let me take pictures while I'm watching the episodes and then put little captions or whatever, or little quotes that they might say behind it. And people were like, I like how your captures and your pictures and your captions kind of tell the story of what's happening in that moment. And then I just took that with me and started doing that on my YouTube page. Speaking of which, the challenge is starting next week, Wednesday. So starting next week, I'm gonna have 2 pages that I'm gonna be not 2 pages, 2 pages, yeah, because I do all my Big Brother stuff here on YouTube, and then I run a Facebook group that has 5,000 subscribers. So I would say that it's a pretty popular group, especially for somebody who runs it as a one-man band. So I'll be split between those 2 things, but I'll tell you, covering the challenge is much easier because it's just a matter of watching the Wednesday episode, taking my little notes on that, and doing my recap. The Challenge is a good show, and they have all my favorites on there except Wes. Cara Maria is going to be on there. Shout out to Cara Maria. I can't wait to see Cara Maria tomorrow. I'm going to see her tomorrow for the first time since, when did I last see her? Got to be about 8 months ago, something like that. But we've been in communications occasionally between those two times. But I never tell her I'm coming. I never tell any of them. Even the ones that I know, I pretty much, for the most part, just pop in there and surprise them, and they see me when they see me. I don't tell them that I'm coming, and I don't tell them what I'm bringing, which I don't have a thing to bring for her yet. So I'm going to have to spend my time today thinking about that. I like it. Between your lies and those in between, feeling like I have a pretty good gist on what's going on. Yeah, I mean, because you catch the episodes, they give you like somewhat of an idea, then you catch the little in betweens, and then also shout out to my Discord, because shout out to my dogs at the crib, which is Discord. I'm gonna make something for that. Shout out to my dogs at the crib. I'm gonna make something like that. My Discord is on it all day, all night. So sometimes I'll go in there and just read through everything they have in there, especially Tasha. And I'll take what they've said, and Tasha always posts the little video clips and stuff, and I'll go through everything, and then I'll have like a decent idea of the pulse of the house, and then when I come on here, I'm a little bit more informed. So shout out to my Discord, mainly, especially Tasha, and also Cass, Ma. Those are the main people that keep me updated in between. All right, y'all. I'm actually going to jump back on here after I get myself together, which is going to be a quick, it's going to be a quick one. It's going to be a quick 5-minute shower because I can't be to work late. I'm saying this every morning. I shouldn't even be on here at this point. But I'm going to jump back on here when I'm ready, which I'm trying to make really quick. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank you all. Have an amazing day. See you soon.